Like you were working really hard, really hard, really hard. But you know what? You wanted to go to the top of the building, but you climbed the ladder and you reached the top, and then you realized that it's a wrong building. Everyone wants to succeed in business. Everyone wants to be a millionaire. Everyone wants to take their business to the next level, especially in the business community. But why do people not take action? What is going on here? Like they want to do a lot of stuff, but they wake up, they check Facebook, they do other stuff. They go on WhatsApp and they don't take action. Why? Think about it. If you know this information, then you will be able to take action in your business and take your business to the next level. But if you're not able to understand this concept of learn this idea of taking action, then you're stuck. You're just imagining stuff, dreaming stuff. You have a hobby, but not a business. But you could actually have a business if you are able to learn how to take action and learn how people don't take action so that you could learn how to move forward in your business. So what is the first thing? What's the first thing? The first thing that stops people from taking action is they don't start. What does that mean? That means they don't start. They're waiting around for someone to tell them you're ready to start. Or they're waiting around to gain all the clarity they could have so that they could start. It is not going to happen because nobody is going to give you clarity. You have to gain clarity. You have to gain clarity. And once you gain clarity, what happens is you will take action. But how do you gain clarity? You need to start taking action. You start doing something and all of a sudden, what happens? All of a sudden, you have clarity. And then you take another action, you have more clarity. Imagine this like night light. Imagine you're walking through darkness and there is a stone and then you're stepping on one stone and you don't see anything else, you just see that stone and you step on that stone or the paved stone, and then all of a sudden as soon as you step, the next light is like lighting up, and then you take the next step, the next light is lighting up, and like that. That's how you gain clarity, by taking action, right? I'll tell you how to do this, how to get started in a second. But the second thing that stops people from taking action is that they haven't built action muscles, right? So if you go to a gym and one day you say, you know what, let me lift like 300 pounds today. It's a good idea, right? I mean, I want to lift 300 pounds today. And then if you try to lift that 300 pounds, unless you have been doing this for some time, you're done. Your back could be broken. You might drop the weight on your foot or something like that, right? And you might break your neck or something, depending upon what type of weight you're trying to lift. Why? Because the person who's trying to do that did not practice daily muscle building process, right? So in order to build muscle, what do you need to have? You need to be able to practice muscle building process. Same way with action. You need to learn how to build muscles, action taking muscles. How do you do that? By taking action. You take one action, you go to gym one day and all of a sudden you don't become like, Mr. World. Like you go to the gym again, maybe 2 times a day. Michael Phelps used to work out like 2 times a day. The greatest Olympians of all time. One of the greatest Olympians of all time, like in swimming. So you will work out 2 times a day. So in this case, you will take action 2 times a day in the specific direction that you want to go. At that point, you're building that muscle, right? So the third step of taking your business to the next level, third thing that stops people from taking action in their business is they don't believe that they could succeed. They don't believe that it is possible for them to succeed. So those are the 3 things. But what are the steps? What are the steps that you could do so that the step-by-step process that you could do so that you could actually start taking action? So the first thing that we said was start action. How do you start? Just get started. Right now, you decide whatever is in your head that you have been postponing for a long time. Find a really tiny action that you could do in the direction of that goal. It could be very small, right? So when we go to gym, like we haven't been going to gym for a long time. When you go to gym, what do? We just take the weight and you're like, oh, I want to build a lot of muscle. So you want to take 60 pounds. All of a sudden, next day, you might have you have an injury, or it's too much sore. You cannot work out anymore. Versus start really small, not really small. Start really, really, really small. Tiny action. Very, very tiny action. Something that your mind is like, oh, that's too small. Is it worth it? That's the action that you're going to take. That's how you trick your mind into initiating. Trick your mind into initiating. When you trick your mind into initiating, it starts the first step, and now you have a momentum in the direction of where you want to go. So the next day you come back, if you did 5 pounds today, or 2.5 pounds today, or if you are international, 1 kilogram today, let's say, tomorrow you would take 2 kilograms or 5 pounds, right? Or 2.4 kilograms or 5 pounds, right? So then all of a sudden you're building the muscle. Slightly more action, right? And then slightly more action, and then you have action taking muscles. Yeah. That's the goal here. That's the idea here. We need to start building action taking muscles. Where does it start? You go to the gym for the first time, in the action gym for the first time. So when are you going to the action gym for the first time? In 24 hours from now. If you're watching this video this far, and if you're not going to action gym, you're teaching your brain that you are just an academic person. You just want to listen to stuff and not do anything. If that's what you want, I personally think you could turn off the video right now, out of my love for you, and go to another video that is actually entertaining and relaxing, and relax rather than watching my video. If you're watching my video and if you're not taking action, it actually creates more confusion in you. So that's why if you're continuing to watch this video, which I think you are continuing to watch this video, I respect you for that. Next 24 hours, what is one thing that you're going to do? What is one thing that you're going to do that will take you in the direction of your goal? And then from there, in the next 24 hours, as soon as you finish that, or as soon as you're about to finish that, think about what is the next thing that I could do in the next 24 hours to take me in the direction. Next 24 hours, take me in the direction. And take one day off, probably once in 7 days. And then next 48 hours, what is one thing that I'm going to do so that you build a direction? And let's say you are doing this action. Let's say you are doing this thing. Let's say you are building this muscle. And no matter how much muscle you're trying to build, if you don't see yourself as a person with a lot of healthy body, or person with a healthy body, if you don't see yourself that way, probably you might not get there. What does that mean? Because if you don't believe that something is possible, and then if you're still taking action, you're basically doing things just for no reason. Just by doing things for no reason, it's not going to get you to the next level. You need to figure out, you need to find out who am I going to become at the end of doing this goal, achieving this goal, or the business goal that I have, growing my business 2 times, right? Revenue, profit, and income 2 times. And when you double your revenue, profit, and income, who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? Look from the other side, look backwards. You have this thing, and then look backwards. What am I missing in order for me to achieve this goal? What am I missing? Imagine that I'm here already. I already achieved this, and I'm already in this position. And when I look back, what did I miss? What did I miss? What is going on here, right? So if you don't collect it that way, what happens is you might be digging. It's like Stephen R. Covey talks about in his 7 Habits of Effective People, leaning against the wrong wall. Like you were working really hard, but you know what? You wanted to go to the top of the building, but you climbed the ladder and you reached the top, and then you realize that it's a wrong building. Completely lost the target, right? That is what we want to avoid. That's why we want to find out, who am I becoming on the other side? When I achieve this goal, who am I becoming? And become that person now so that you get there faster. Now, when I talk about becoming, here's one thing that I would like to add. One thing that I would like to add is, first of all, let me tell you a story about me. I was 19 years old, 1920, trying to do business, knew nothing, third world nation. I lived in India at the time. India was not that rich at the time. Now it's becoming richer. And at the time, I didn't know how to run business. I was not making money. So I get stressed and depressed and sad. So I'll come home and maybe sleep for like 2 or 3 hours, sometimes 2 hours, or eat more food, and then try to comfort me and relax me, because so I don't need to deal with this confusion. So that's what some people do. They eat food, or they do something else. They sleep more, or they stay depressed, or they watch Netflix, or they spend time on Facebook, WhatsApp, Messenger, social media, something else, so that they could distract themselves from the reality of who they think they are. They're just hiding them from themselves. And most of the time, because of the way we have, whether you are from the eastern side listening to me or the western side listening to me, either way, most of us are living somebody else's life. What does that mean? Meaning, we are living somebody else's expectation of our life. Somebody else expected that you are going to become this person. Somebody else programmatically told me, hypnotized us into believing that we are not enough. Somebody else programmatically told you that you're not going to succeed. Somebody told you that you're not good enough for business. You're not good enough and you're not worthy enough. And we believed that, and we are running their life. It's time for us to step back and start owning our lives. Start owning our lives. This is my life. I have full ownership for it. No matter what happens, I'm going to take action. I'm going to take action again and see myself on the other side. And once I do that, what happens is I'm going to move to the next level in my business. According to various research, people who take action are the ones who are going to succeed in business. It's like 200 to 300% more chance in succeeding in business if you are becoming that person who takes action. That's my invitation for you. So in this summary, let's talk about it. The three things that we talked about is one is start today. If possible today, start today. Within 1 hour, start doing something. If not, if it's at night you're listening to this, start tomorrow, first thing. Decide 9 o'clock tomorrow morning, I'm going to start working on this project. And then day after tomorrow, and the day after, and this week, and next week, and 2 weeks from now, a month from now, until you build this action-taking muscles. And as you're building this, drop everything else other than you. Right? You may like, what does that even mean? It means that if there is any element in you that is conditioning from other people, and how do I find that out? Anything that doesn't belong to you, belong to what you want to become, it's from others. It's from the conditioned mind. You have built this belief or other things from culture or places. So meditate on it and find who you really are. And I get deeper into this in my accelerator programs, help you clarify and understand these things. But for now, understand this. Understand this enough so that you can be free from other people's energy, other people's wills, and other people's questions. So you could have a question for your own. Like rather than asking like, why am I failing all the time? Because somebody else said you're a failure, versus why am I succeeding all the time? Another question, another life. So you, as a conscious being, can design your destiny, co-design your destiny with God by asking new questions, right? And that's entirely different, deeper level conversation, which I will talk about more in a different video. And so for now, change this question. Why am I successful already? See yourself as an achiever already. See yourself as somebody who accomplished already. See yourself as somebody who's magnificent already. Because in this life, by the time we blink our eyes, open and close, life is done. It's done, it's over. And then we figure out like, hey, what happened here? And it's gone, right? So when that happens, you don't want to be sitting around on the bench imagining that one day, someday maybe I'll become a millionaire, versus today you're going to take action. Whatever that action may be. So that's my invitation for today. So until I see you again, I would like you to 24 hours decide like what are you going to start on, right? If you haven't started already, here's the thing, guys. If you haven't started already, my friend, you need to start. Because the key reason is you already spent like probably 14 minutes with me now. And you spend 14 minutes, if you're not starting, you're telling your brain you need another concept. And you are obsessed with concept. The concept time is over. Time to take action is right now. So find out what you're going to do in the next 24 hours. Start working on it. Make it really tiny. Make it really small for you to do it and implement in your business with intelligence and power. Create the impact and the profit you deserve and accelerate your business today.